Hi guys, so welcome to another episode of the Zoe'ivy show, and today I have a really amazing woman, someone I call my inspiration, who we're gonna have a one-on-one with. And so just a brief on what she's all about. I'm gonna talk to Annette Agutu, who's a fashion designer, who runs a charity organization, who's a TV host, and also who is an author. She published her book last year. So as you can see, I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting to have this interview for the last 1 year. We just kept on postponing, but I hope this is an interview that is going to inspire all single parents, especially single mothers, that you can make it despite your circumstances, despite where you're coming from, with patience, with resilience, with prayer, with faith. And if you just keep pushing, you can achieve all your goals. So without further ado, let's go straight to the interview. So like I had said, today we're going to have Annette. So without further ado, I'm just going to let her do a brief introduction of herself, and she can tell us all the amazing things she has been doing so far.
Okay, amazing. My name is Annette Agutu. I'm a mom to one beautiful girl, and I'm also an author or a writer. What else do I do? I'm a customer service representative.
Okay.
Yes, and what else do I do? Motherhood. That's a full-time job on its own.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So Agutu, sasa, so far, just tell us about your motherhood journey and about your daughter.
Motherhood, I'll say, is an amazing journey, and like motherhood is the only experience you cannot tell about someone until they experience it themselves.
True.
And so far, it has been amazing. I have learned a lot along the way. So many things I didn't know, and I've come to learn them along the way, and it has also taught me a lot. Like, I have evolved. Like they say, when a child is born, a mother is also born. I was definitely born. I am a whole new person.
Okay.
Yeah, and my daughter is turning 3. I mean, she's turning 6 years. Sorry, 6 years in March 9th.
Okay.
So it has been 6 amazing years of motherhood, and she's one adorable human being. I mean, she just teaches me a lot. At her age, I have also learned a lot from her, and she encourages me not only to be better, but also to be her mother. Yeah, I would say that.
And so for the 6 years you've been parenting alone.
Oh yes,
from day one. Can you just touch a bit on that?
Wow, Zoe.
You don't go too. We get to hear that story.
Okay, so me and her dad broke up when I was 3 months pregnant, and from there onwards, I knew that I was going to do this journey alone. I knew I was going to be on my own, just me and her. So when she came along, at least we were now 2 people, and it was it was not a walk in the park, I can say that. But I took each day at a time. I would cry, I would wipe my tears, I would laugh, I would smile. But here we are now, 6 years later.
6 years. And in that journey of single parenting, can you just tell us just some of the biggest challenges you've faced so far and how you've managed to conquer them?
Most of the biggest challenges, especially for a single parent or anyone raising a child on their own, is I would say, actually there are so many challenges, but the one that is mostly yenye sijui nafanya nini, I don't know the right word to use. I'll say there are those times, especially when I was pregnant, there are those times I really wished I had someone, and not just anyone, but her dad.
True.
Like, there are those moments you wish someone was just there, maybe to rub your feet, someone to, because you can't even wake up from a chair So at least unataka mtu akusaidia tu hata kuamka, just to do some daily chores, daily activities, but that person was not there. And also someone just to encourage you emotionally.
Yes.
Someone to tell you that, you know what, you will do this. There's a time I got sick while I was still pregnant, and I really needed someone, you know, mtu tu kukwambia, okay, don't worry, maybe this happens, hata kama ajui na happeningi, but just to tell you, this will be okay, this will be fine. So it came up with that time when I gave birth now that is cinema sasa. The finances, I didn't have a job by then, so the little savings I had, hizo ndo nilikuja nikatumia hospital bill, kushughulikia mtoi, myself, kukula and everything. And I just thank God I had such an easy pregnancy, I would say. Haikunisumbua sana. I was not in and out of hospitals. Even my delivery was so smooth that I didn't have any complications. So for some reason, kuna venye tu God alikam through. Yeah. And the finances part, hiyo ndio kubwa sana, especially when you don't have a job.
Yes, I know that.
When you don't have a job and you just wish someone can be there, as in juwewe hauna, at least yanaweza pata. You know doing life two people, at least it's easier. It's easier, I will say that, because when you don't have, at least mtu mwingine anaweza angukia apate something just to put food on the table. You know, baby diapers, medication for the baby,
what?
Maziwa, even you yourself, you're breastfeeding, you need to eat. But now I thank God for my family. They were really there for me, and that at least made it much easier. But I really needed him to be there, but he wasn't. Na singemlazimisha.
For me, I usually say, did you get to a point where you feel like you're burdening your family? Because for me that was the biggest problem.
Yes.
I felt like I'm putting so much responsibility on my mom, and it's not even her duty to take care of me and my child.
So for me it was my sister, and at that time, after I broke up with the mans, I had to move in back to my sisters, because by then we had started living together. So I had to move in back to my sisters, and for some reason I felt like I was really burdening her, because she also had her own needs.
Yeah.
She also has her own family to take care of, but now she has to take care of you, which I felt I was such a big muzigo kwake. But I'm sure, as much as alikuwa na feel, she wouldn't tell me, because after all, I am family. Family comes first. Yeah.
But so far so good. Annette has really done a lot, and let me just say this today. Me, I just admire you. And you know, guys, why? Because first she has is it a clothing line? Can I say? What can I say? A fashion?
It's Styles by Mahenzo.
Exactly. Where she dresses people and stuff like that. And it's really great. That's one. Number two, I saw you started hosting a show.
Yeah. Grace, you're God, Maze.
Wow.
You're God.
Exactly. And number three, she wrote a book. So nataka sasa tuongelee hizo vitu tatu. Tuanze na Styles by Mahenzo, then we go to the show, and then we finish with the book. Because I think that's pretty encouraging to most single mothers is out there who are struggling to make it. So for me, I usually believe like Annette's story it should be like a source of inspiration and source of hope. Just resilience, patience, faith, and prayer can take you places. Yeah. So let's start by
So Styles by Mahenzo, it's more of a clothing brand, and what I do, I just want to make fashion needs affordable for each and everyone. And also, this life has become so difficult to an extent that unaweza kosa hata hiyo time ya kwenda Gikomba kutafuta nguo. So I'll do that job for you. I'll get you whatever dresses you want, whatever designs you want. And sometimes I also try to alter to my own liking. Like naona dress and I'm like, how about nikieka hivi na hivi itakaa poa na mtu, si ndio? That's what I do. I take it to the fundi, though mimi mwenyewe sijikishona. So I take it to the fundi, I tell the fundi I want this and this and this. The fundi does that. So I also dress people for photo shoots, either baby bumps, some are just the normal photo shoots.
Okay.
Yeah, and also the dresses, like I hire them. Like if you have, maybe you have an event na haujapata time ya kwenda kutafuta nguo, so you just holler, I need this, I have this such and such an event, can you come through? I'll be at your doorstep.
When me now I need to hire you, do a photo shoot. Like you say, sometimes you plan and then you become lazy.
Or maybe you just don't have the time.
Yeah,
life happens.
Yeah. And so next, let's go to the TV show. How did you get yourself there? Was that your passion?
Actually, I've always wanted to do broadcast journalism. And when this opportunity came, me ni nani. But then that's one person who grabs opportunities. Like I see it, once it presents itself, I always run with it. Like musema, hata kama sijui, I will learn along the way. Sorry, I will learn along the way. And also pia, kuna ile opportunity ya learning on the job. So you can see the way unaenda, maybe you go for an interview, you get a job, then kuna your orientation. It's not like unajua what it's supposed to be done. So they'll take you through. So as for me, this has always been my dream. I've really wanted to do this. And so when a friend recommended me, I didn't hesitate. I was like, you know what, God, this is an answered prayer. I've really been praying for this opportunity, and here it is. Knocking at my door. In fact, I didn't even go looking for it. It just
that was God's grace.
And I was like, God, this is you. And this is you. And you know what? Isiachi. I am ready to walk this journey with you. But I am ready to walk with you.
Yeah. So just tell us the name of the show, what it's all about, where people can watch it.
Okay, the show is called Lifeline with Faith. It's on Manifestation TV, so we recently rebranded to M Channel. And the show is all about encouragement. Actually, that's what I'm all about. It's all about sharing stories. People bring along on the show people to share their stories of their survival, of what they've went through, of what has made them whom they are right now, and just to encourage someone out there that all is not lost. You can still do it in life, no matter what your history is. Yeah, that's what I do.
And when does it air? And by the your Manifestation TV, to be honest, may try checking it out on Go TV.
It's on free to air.
Free to air.
Yeah.
Channel. Alafu tutaweka hapo chini.
Yeah.
Because the day you posted that you're starting to host it, I looked for it.
Sorry. So the show airs on Saturday at 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And if someone really wanted to be featured on the show, like what is that one thing they have to do to get there?
Just you can reach me on my socials. My Facebook is Annette Agutu. You can DM me. Though I am not so much of a good responder kwa DM, but please usianze na hey ama hi.
Go straight to the
just
point.
Tell me, hi Annette, so and so, and this is what I want. But hey, hi, okay, I don't respond. Nata sitazifungua. Sorry. Yeah, so you can also DM me on my Instagram, Annette Mahenzo. Yeah,
Ntazeka hapo chini while doing the edit.
Yes, okay.
So how has that journey been?
I started in November, and so far so good. The grace of God has been sufficient. Yeah, and I'm so ready to see where this takes me and what plans God has for me.
And as you continue to host the show, can you just tell us the kind of inspiration you're getting from those stories? Because I believe every time you talk to someone, there's something you're learning and there's inspiration coming.
So personally, I also learn a lot, especially from the guests that I bring along. I won't mention their names, so maybe you can check on our YouTube. We're also on YouTube, by the way. And so most of the stories also encourage me, not just my audience. They encourage me. I'm like, wait, I thought maybe ndio nimepitia kwa hii maisha. Kumbe there are some people, and I get to learn from their stories. I get to pick one or two things, and I believe since I'm learning, someone also is learning out there. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I want to talk about, your book. what inspired that book? How many months or years did it take you to write? What challenges did you go through? That is actually, nataka tumalize nayo. But before we get to that bit, we're going to take a short break. Yeah, so don't go anywhere. So we were talking to Annette who's a single mother of one beautiful 6-year-old baby girl. She's a fashion designer, one. She's a TV host. And next, what we're going to talk about is about her book, because she recently published her first book. And I'll just let her take us through the whole process and how she made it happen.
Tears in Joy of a Single Mom.
Yes.
That book is very personal to me. Like, it's one of the greatest achievements, I would say.
Yeah. Feels good.
Yeah, it does. Actually, the first time I held my copy, I was like, wow, God, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started writing in 2017, I think. Yeah, 2017. But with writing, you can't write the whole day.
Yeah.
And you can't write every day. You can write a paragraph, and then maybe after weeks, you continue to the next paragraph. Then you go back again, you're like, no, hapana, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Unarab tena. You go back, you start again. So I started writing, and that was in 2017. Then I published last year.
Yes.
How many years?
Like 3.
Yeah. So sometimes while writing, I think the challenge nearly faced was I would use my phone. I used to write using my phone. Then I save to kwa Word, your document. Until I lost my phone.
What?
Niliibiwa chao.
Guy.
But thank God I had saved a copy on my Google Drive. So it was easier to retrieve. But again, it took me I don't know how many months to get a new smartphone, So during your time nilipoteza simu, I used to go to a friend's house. She had a desktop at her place. So I would use her computer to write. Sometimes when I am free, I would pass by naendelea kuandika until I got a new smartphone. And then we started again. What? This life, no balance. Yeah, so until last year, actually thanks to Corona for some reason was a blessing to me in disguise, because that's when I got more time to continue writing. I almost completed writing in 2020. Then I started the publication journey in last year now. And yeah.
So for publishing houses, how did you just eventually settle for that one
publisher? Okay, so she was a referral.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was referred to by a friend who had worked with them before, and they recommended their job. And But there, I prefer referrals. Yeah, because at least it's someone who knows someone. So in case of anything, kuna venye, you can get them easily. Yeah, so we started talking. That is before the publication, before we did the publishing. We started talking with the publisher. That was in 2009. So I started engaging them and telling them what my book is all about, how I wanted it to be, and all that. So until now, actually, even in 2019, they had a very good offer, a very good discount. But pesa nayo ni nani? And here I had not finished writing, so I was like, I think this one will just pass me. But once I'm ready, I'll let you guys know, because I've settled with you, and yeah. At least you know what I want, you know what my needs are, and you know how my pockets are. Like, I've already told you. So
this is what I can afford.
This is what I can afford.
Yeah.
So allow me to, walk this journey with me.
And just briefly tell us about what the book is all about.
The book is inspired by real life events. So like everything I went through, it's more of a memoir. Everything I went through, from dating, getting pregnant, getting the baby, and all the dramas that went through in there, in between. So you can find it in the book. So if you need a copy, please DM me.
How much is the copy? And I am also a bad one. I have not, I swear, I know we're not supposed to reveal these things, but I've also not read the book. And I think I should.
I would have carried a copy for you.
I should. So the book is 1,000 bob.
Yes, the book is going at 1,000 bob, and you can also get it at Kibanga Books. It's an online bookstore. You can get the copy at Kibanga Bookstore. They do delivery at an affordable price. We're also stored at Bingwa Bookshop. It's in town along Tomboya Street. Yeah.
And so far, how has the marketing been? Are you seeing the fruits?
Okay, for me, it wasn't all about getting the money, but again, it comes back to getting the money.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm saying that is I just wanted to share my story and give a light to someone maybe who might be in my situation, what I went through at that time, just to give them hope that all is not lost. They can still pick their pieces and put them together and be whole again.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know maybe someday it will bring the money, but I'm taking each day at a time.
And I think that's what most people don't get. When you're doing this, especially when you're starting maybe a YouTube channel for inspiration and writing a book, if you're all about the money, you will go crazy.
Yeah.
Because getting returns is really hard.
Not so easy.
I think that's why most people give up really fast.
Yeah. But I can say at least I've sold copies and the reviews are awesome, and I'm grateful to everyone who has bought my book. Not only have you just bought the book, but you have supported a dream.
Yes. And on that note, maybe mine, what is I? Next week, end month. Payday tangu ikiingia. By the way, I am buying that book.
Patronize me.
Yes, I am not lying. I will buy that book and then I will come here. I will do a review of it. I will read some few chapters that I will find inspiring and mind-boggling. And then I hope wase when you want to watch that video, wataweza ku reach out. But that's a promise. By the end of next week, let me say Saturday, I'm going to do a review of that book.
So now we know when you're paid.
Yes. Si unaliponga tarehe mbaya, matarehe 5 umengojea salary mpaka umechoka. But finally, there's one thing I'm forgetting. Annette has a foundation, a charity foundation. So I just want us to tell us also about that, and that is what I was saying. Today I'm going to talk to someone who really inspires me, and someone who has set the bar for us single mothers. So would tell us about your foundation.
Wow, I didn't know I inspire you. I'm so humbled.
Chini ya maji.
I'm so humbled. I run a foundation, a charity foundation. It's called Annette Foundation, and we're all about mentorship, both to the boys and girls, giving sex education, menstrual health and hygiene, as well as impacting. Oh Jesus, impacting and touching lives. That's what we call it. Like just leaving someone a different person than we found them. So we do mentorship programs, and by this we visit children homes. We also do with the street families, rescue homes for both boys and girls, even prisons, as well as homes for the elderly. So we source out items, the necessities, like most of the basic items that people need. We take them, we cook, do activities with them. And I'm more passionate about girl child, and there's so many things I missed while growing up as a girl, and those are the essential. They're very essential. These are sanitary towels, and like my mom sometimes would really struggle just to get that 50 bob. But then I think it was 40 or 45 bob just to buy me a pad, and so many girls in so many families cannot afford the same. Some go as far as missing school or even dropping out of school due to lack of such. And so like mtu ako in the search of a sanitary pad and end up in a relationship, she ends up pregnant, she ends up infected with an STI or whatever. She can't continue with school, she can't accomplish her dreams. So what we do, when we first launched our campaign, Menses Are Beautiful, that was our main mandate. We want to end period poverty, period stigma, as well as period shame. We just want to make everyone take it as a responsibility upon them to see a girl child and their period as something normal. And by this, we donate sanitary towels to mostly the informal settlement areas, as well as children homes.
And as we talk about menstrual health, I saw there was a time you got to meet Janet Mbogo. Yeah. So how was that for you?
By
the way, it's that woman.
Okay. Sincerely speaking, Janet Mbogo is one of my inspirational people, I would say, and she's such an amazing woman, and I really wanted to meet her someday. There's a time I slid to her DM, and kumbe hakuonanga. Then years later, ndio akaona sasa the next DM that made us meet, and she was like, she even responded on the DM like, wait, yani umewahi ni DM but I didn't see. I'm so sorry. Now we really need to meet.
So wait, what were you even telling her?
So my first DM, she also has a foundation about girls. It's called Wadada. And since I'm also passionate about the girl child and everything, menses and that, so that's what I had DM'd her about. Like So the meeting was during her launch, when she was launching her book, my first time. And so she was like, you know what, you must come to this launch.
That was nice.
And mimi ni nani? I couldn't waste that opportunity.
We have just to show that picture there.
Just like I said, mimi nulemse nikiona opportunity aki ni mimi nayo. Acha labda nitoke huko mbele, but at least nitasema I have tried. So I went, we met, we talked. I also told her about my book, and it was an amazing experience. Meeting one of your icons. Ni kama tu kumit Uhuru. I also can't wait to meet him one day. I know I will. Nimwambie shida zangu.
But on that note, as we finish, do you feel like most powerful women who are really trying to inspire people are underrated, especially in Kenya?
Yes. Like in Kenya, we have so many amazing women doing so many amazing things, but just the fact that we are women, we are underrated. And I don't know what the society has perceived us, especially single women. Like, we have no say. And whenever you introduce yourself as a mom or a single mom, there's, for some reason, that kind of respect that people had, it kind of lowers down.
Yes.
And that's not good.
And for me, I will say, for me, that is an issue.
Yeah.
Because for someone to get to a point where they're a single parent, most of us, it was not even our wish.
Yeah.
And people don't try to understand where we are coming from. They just see like you hold around, you got a child, you're paying for your sins.
Yeah,
They don't know the story.
Actually, most perceive us as maybe we're just flipping around. And yeah, lipia mara nini zako.
And I even remember the other day, I had a confrontation with a certain guy. Someone I went to school with in Kemu, and the person kept on hitting on me. And for me, I was like, you're not feeling that vibe, so you're like, just chill. And the person kept on saying, Ati, I am bitter from my past. I should work on the feelings I have for my ex. But you see, they're projecting their insecurities on me.
Yeah.
And I kept on repeating, you don't know about my past. You have no idea what I went through. I'm going to 4 years without him. So stop thinking I have not healed. You're just a shitty person. You know?
Yeah.
And I think society is judging us so harshly. Yeah.
And okay, so being a single mom, sometimes you just don't know the story, and before you judge that person, maybe take a minute, grab a chair, grab a drink, talk to that person, get to hear their story. You'll be amazed. And it's not what people think, or it's not what people see.
The backstories sometimes are painful.
Yeah.
But last thing, now you're achieving probably everything you wanted to achieve, slowly by slowly, no matter how long it's taken.
Yeah.
Do you have hope of dating these sons of, you call them sons of Pharaoh, Nebuchadnezzar, sorry, anytime soon? Or are you there in a stable relationship, or what are your sentiments on that issue?
Actually, now this is my 6th year as a single mom. Single in all areas.
Yes.
I have not dated since. And I feel like God is still teaching that man, that future husband, how to love me, how to love my daughter, how to take care of us. The same way he's doing to me. He's also teaching me how to be a better person, how to be a better woman, how to be a better wife to that husband. So I am waiting. Lord, your daughter is waiting. She's not in a hurry.
So Mokatikati, you haven't tried? Wow.
I just feel like it's not yet time. Let me just better myself first. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, tumemaliza. So this, I'm really trying nowadays to keep these interviews short. Because it's hard to watch something from you're welcome the first minute to the 50th.
But imagine if it's the name is interesting.
Yeah.
If the story is interesting or inspirational, let's say, someone will keep watching, even if it's a 45-minute thing.
Amazing. So this has been Annette Mahenzo, a jack of all trades, a mother, a fashion designer, a TV host, an author, and awesomely someone who runs an organization. What is the name of those people who run organizations for charity?
NGOs. Mine is not an NGO. It's just a CBO.
A CBO.
Community-based organization.
Yes. Sawa sawa. So thank you so much, Annette.
And I am honored to be here for you to host me. We've planned this thing since last year.
We've been postponing.
We kept on postponing. As life happens, we postpone. As life happens, we postpone. But here we are now. We thank God.
Yes, and she also has her YouTube channel.
Yes. Let's talk one-on-one with Mahenzo. You can subscribe. Let's interact.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. This has been the Zoe'ivy Show. Have a splendid day.